Hello people of the Rebel Game Squad, I'm QJ Games from the Rebel Game Squad, and today we are rewatching and redoing NEOscavenger. So yeah, I'm quite sorry that it effed up last time. I've fixed it now so you can hear audio, but yeah, I'm restarting because I died last episode. If you haven't seen it, I'll start with the same build this time because I really like the build. It gets yeah, it's a good build. So next time I'm gonna do a random one. There is a random button, as you can see. So yeah, we're doing that. But I am sorry for the two videos of yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday. Well, the two videos not having audio. I'll make sure that this hopefully it doesn't happen in the future anymore. But first of all, you're still getting your normal upload today. It's not like this is taking away anything. Right now, I'm just doing the same things, checking my bank account, and climbing out the window, scavenging it for the items. But anyway, so this is my basic setup. Always, I get trapping shards and strength, so I can get the dogman fur coat. Because what that does is you never have to worry about your temperature, except if you forget it, like I did last time. Medic helps with that, but yeah, it's not really a necessity. I've been also playing the game offline, so I've become better at it, so that's great. And while we're looking at the gameplay in the background, sorry if the commentary might not be on the spot. I really am. I rechecked that for some reason, and I explored down the hallway outside the carriage. There's a debris-filled corridor that looks disused. You climb over piles of refuse and rubble and come across a blocked doorway. A plaque on the wall reads Exam Room 17. Forcing the barricade aside, you peer into what looks like a clinic exam room. While there appears to be little worth looting, this room looks like it make a great hole upside. So, yeah, I explored this, so now I can use this campsite. I'm not going to, but it's there for maybe next playthroughs. You can fix some stuff inside it. It's going right, yeah. You can fix up stuff inside it to get a source of power and a source of just heated air, but yeah. The extra, oh, I examined the vent and the wires. It looks pretty fine. It takes someone to even guess if it could be repaired. So yeah, that's what you can do with those skills. So maybe if I have them next run, I'll use it. But yeah, I left the cryo facility and I continued on my scavenging adventures. So yeah, this time I'm not gonna go immediately to DC because I want to like just explore for a bit, find some useful items, and then go to DC to sell all of the good items and then instantly get a lot of money because it costs a lot for eye surgery to get the special eye things. But anyway, um, yeah. While this is happening, I would like to talk a bit about YouTube's new rules. So, yeah, that's a thing that's going around YouTube. If you watch many like huge YouTubers, you might not have known about it, but YouTube recently changed their terms of service, meaning they will be able to censor a lot more. And yes, oh, whoops, just gonna go that one. And I pulled them by here. So anyway, oh yeah, I'm fighting a dog apparently. Oh, I'm running away. Oh yeah, I ran away to just I didn't want to fight the dog with my knife. I then realized I had the knife and then was like I could have fought it. But here we go. So YouTube blocking occurs for a variety of reasons included limiting public exposure to the content that may ignite social or political unrest. So you're not allowed to have a video that contains something that could create a discussion. Okay, so I'll now tell you why this is BS, if you don't know yet. So I can't make a video about why I like the yellow Smartie more than the red Smartie, because that could spark that could ignite a social or political unrest. in unrest, a social one. I can't talk about um how's it called? Politics, because that could ignite a political unrest. It's stupid, and I don't get why they did it. It's edible berries in the background. Because why would you do that? YouTube, you've got a great platform. It's one of the most used video. It's the most used video platform in the world. Why are you effing this up? And that's probably also why they are able to do that. But anyway, we'll continue with rule 2. Preventing criticism of a ruler, government officials, religion, or religious leaders. So, I'm not allowed to come on, make a video about why I hate the church. Because that is a criticism against a religious leader or a religion. I'm not allowed to come on here and say Trump is a racist. Because that is a criticism of a government official. I am not able to come on here and talk about the president of, and I'm not allowed to criticize the ruler of my country. What? That's why. Why am I not allowed to do that? Okay, I'll give you the reason. They're trying to be more ad friendly. Yeah, because the news that talks about, because on TV there's no such thing as a person that is no one, no people won't advertise things that are like about, how's it called, Donald Trump, or criticizing Donald Trump. No, no. You can easily. The media can talk about that, but apparently we cannot on the site that we're supposed to create the content for. Okay, anyway, there's gonna be a read heavy part after this, so. Then also we have the. Also one, violations of national laws, including copyright and intellectual property law, protection law. Okay, that's normal. Violations of hate speech, ethics, of morality based laws. That's also normal. And national security legislation. This isn't too bad because this is just saying you're not allowed to make a video about something that's illegal. Which, to be true, it's actually a good rule. So, this is the first one. Preventing access to videos judged to be inappropriate or for youth. Also, reducing distractions at work and school, and reducing the amount of network bandwidth used. Okay, great. So those are the few things. Which the first one are complete BS. So this is what YouTube is going to become. First of all, people that talk about real world events and or political things or debatable topics are not gonna exist anymore. Why not? Because they can't make money out of it. They're getting de-ad, which sucks because some of the YouTubers that talk about that are pretty much some of the biggest. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But there's a lot of smaller channels getting some BS because of it right now, and I'm probably not gonna be affected by it because I don't talk about that yet. I have many opinions to share, but not yet. I'm still working out a format for that. But anyway, I was fighting with somebody here. I took off my scope, of course, because I needed to grab my kniff so I could shank him. Like, shank. I hopefully switch my weapon. But yeah, that was kind of it. There's probably gonna be... I just talked about it in this video because I didn't really have any other video to talk about it. I missed this attack, I missed the other attack, I keep attacking because, yeah, that's how to do. And you charge in front of him, just shank him, and yeah. Bad Mother demanded my surrender, which was not going to happen, and, yeah. Well, that's all, that's my 2 cents about the topic. And let's continue with the NEOscavenger playthrough, since I'm gonna get into a pretty read-heavy part. So yeah, it does kind of suck that I'm unable to have recorded this first, but hey, how'd you do? Also, I'm also gonna re-record the. He already surrendered to me, but I didn't care. I'm gonna kill him anyway. It's because of You attack me, I'll attack you, and I won't just let you get away because you might become stronger and kill me with one shot to the chest. Basically, BS. But anyway, um, I get a shoe, which is very nice, a phone, basic lockpicking tools, the scope, of course. Scope's very nice to hang around your neck, scope with strap. Because you don't have to hold that all the time. My Pearson. Huh. Oh, yeah, my knife was destroyed, apparently. So that's kind of sad. And yeah, I basically hit him in the head hard, in the chest hard enough that his lungs started bleeding. So yeah. Lockpicks you apparently can't use without the lockpicking skills. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. But I now go to Zomzoms. As the source of distant sound finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead you see a titanic warehouse, like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. There is a dull roar of ethanol generators combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from off-road vehicles. Figures seem to be milling around a low extension on the right, and occasionally ATV arise or departs without fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet, this far out, so with all the activity, it's hard to tell. I now scope into C, which, yeah, it's gonna take a while because I'm actually reading this as well, so that's a bit annoying. I could just try to skip it, but yeah, I probably should. So let's see. I use my thing. How's it called? My scope to seeing. Peering into the distance, you see a bright sign reading "Zom Zom's a place to eat." Hanging over a giant garage door, fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire, bright lights, welding arcs, and peculiar shadows can be seen in fenced area and more lights from within the warehouse. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts as a makeshift gate and pedway into the warehouse. Rag-looking figures line up alongside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenary. It looks more like a club than anything else, except for the tarp area. Then you see it, a truck on the other side, of floating prisoners or slaves of some sort. That doesn't bode well. But then again, people come and go freely everywhere else, and are entering voluntarily through the pedway. I then, jeez, I then approach the line. While in line, you feel a flutter of and anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in the trailer, but you still can't tell. Most of the people in the line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothing, and stinking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison, though you'd suspect they'd just as soon murder you for your clothes if they weren't being paid. That's nice, nice. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside the semi-trailer, and hollow sounds of the crowd echo down the narrow corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a chipboard and mesh booth, while an attendant is collecting. Before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse, Stalker spectated the attendant John looking disinterestedly past you. I say stock and continue. Stock. Hand, she demands, reaching for a stamp. As you present your hand, she applies a symbol and number, then nods to another grisly merc, who checks you for weapons. You receive a chit from for your confiscated items and are ushered down the trailer. You hear the man behind you answer spectator to the attendant before passing into a wall of sound inside the warehouse. Don't know why I chose stock, just because I wanted to do some adventuring. So, I then continue. Inside is one part super club, one part a gladiator pit. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human cacophony, part generator exhaust, mostly frenetic industrial music. And the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the nose, but you can feel your stomach rumble at the smell of sweet barbecue. Barbecue's the freaking best. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit on three sides of the four reserved for a large garage door. The fourth reserved for a large garage door leading outside into a tarp-fenced courtyard. Beyond the door, you catch the flash of welding arc, where it appears scrapyard robots are being prepared. And opposite the garage door, the thing you really care about right now, a wide booth with grills spewing sweet and spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get at it and walk away with their price smeared over their hands and lips alike. Barbecue. I then continue. You wade through dirty patrons, intent on manhandling some ribs, or beans and rice, or whatever it's they've been cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in trial, how long it's been since you've had a hot meal. Perfect long. Pressing your way through this final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron-clad food slingers glances at you and you nod like an excited dog. He reaches into a smoker box, withdraws a loaded skewer, and places it into your hand. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it at first, you start to grow paranoid that it'll be snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with renewed fervor, huddling with it against your lips as you absently walk away from the grill. Let's go on. This meat, it's like good, fully developed meal. Not young yet, but not yet beef. Yes, very definitively like that. And not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, so much that you think no person with a palate of ordinary, normal sensitiveness could distinguish it from veal. It is mild, good meat with no other sharp, defining, or highly characteristic taste, such as, for instance, goat, high game, and pork have. The steak is slightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy but not too tough or stringy to be agreeably edible. The roast is tender and in color, texture, smells as well as taste strengthens your certainty that of all meats you habitually know, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. So there's a gladiator arena, there's barbecue, and the meat doesn't taste like a particular kind of meat. It's probably human meat they get off the dead gladiators. Anyway, let's continue. And just then an announcer pipes up with that same oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have. He starts hyping the crowd. Can you count, suckers? He shouts. Patrons start yelling back. I said, can you count, suckers? On a cue, a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts comes from the floor. Raise those numbers. He calls with expectation, and everybody raises their fists in unison. The music changed, lights switched to UV, and numbers appeared on all the stamped hands. Your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. I don't know. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, but most of them don't look like yours. Everyone has numbers, but it's clear now what the symbols are. Most preachers have silhouettes of vultures next to the numbers. You look down at your hand. Yours is a lamb. So yeah, vultures are cadaver eaters, and lambs are here for slaughter. So yeah, this doesn't bode well. But anyway, the announcer calls a low number. You feel a bit nauseous, but also relieved. You raise your hand. Nearby preachers looking suddenly, then quickly losing interest in it. Okay. A scream of protest erupts from the far side in the arena. Everybody nearby looks across where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air like a crowd surfer at a concert and propelled to the arena gate. Patrons claw the remainder of the barbecue from his flailing hands, fighting over it like dogs. Guards wrangle the struggling man and toss him onto the dirt floor in the arena as the gate is sealed behind him. The quote-unquote winner is a filthy, weak, and confused-looking human. As he clambers to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting through the warehouse as a sort of noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. The bot is little more than a heavy threaded string of barbed spikes. A haphazardly hung lead ticker sits atop its mouth, flickering the words Morning Star, confirming your suspicion as to its nature. A murder weapon. Great, I'm on track. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, we'll continue now. Still the same thing. Skip ahead. Wait, whoopsie. Without pausing, the bot starts closing in on the humans, who, to his credit, has given up rattling the gate and is now facing the more immediate danger. He starts circling left, leading the bot to one side of the pit, then dashes right as fast as he can, bypassing the bot. The move buys him a few seconds as the bot spins in place on its threads, but he ends up in the same situation on the reverse side of the arena. This continues for a few laps, with the human visibly wearing down. Perhaps realizing he switches tactics and leads the robot towards the support column, and allows it to get close before ducking around behind it. The bot starts turning in place, but the thread gets hooked on the pillar, and for a moment it appears to be stuck. You can sense the tingling of hope in the man as he watches the bot rock to and fro for several seconds. It doesn't bode well for him. However, the bot's rocking eventually frees it, and it turns to face him again. Crestfallen, the man returns to his original strategy of dodging the robot like a bullfighter, ever more slower than each pass. It doesn't take long for the robot to wear down its already weakened prey, and it scores its first hit, trampling his leg under the threads. Ouch. The man's crying of pain is lost in a wave of cheering from the crowd as the robot backs up. The man hardly has time to limp before it rams him again, this time following through and impaling him against the wall. At that moment he realized. He fudged up. Let's continue. Drunk with bloodlust. Wait. However, the bot's rocking eventually. Oh, okay. Drunk with bloodlust, the crowd is now screaming as the robot backs away once more from the stumbling, bleeding man. The bot rams him into the wall one more time and backs away, this time with a human stuck on its spikes. The crowd cries out in ecstasy, which eventually simmers down to a rabble, as the arena service personnel remove the entrails. Your mouth agape, you suddenly feel a wave of nausea, you begin to look around, panic. So, I was right. It is human meat. Probably. We don't exactly know, but anyway. I now try to leave this place, because I ain't sticking around for that. Spotting the door you came in, you start pushing your way through the crowd. Maybe you can hand in your shit, get your stuff, and go. Hell, maybe you should just forget the stuff and leave before anyone notices it. Hold it. Hold it, dude. The voice startles you, even amidst the shouting crowds, and you turn to find a young man with an old face. He looks to be of Asian descent. What a dot! With hair like a mop, big aviator glasses, and an improbably white fur coat. Okay. You really think you're just gonna walk back out the way you came in? He's visibly amused. You don't notice any weapon, but then again, in that outfit? Okay. Relax, I don't work in. In fact, I'm gonna try to make sure you don't either. Come on. He turns and heads towards the garage door. Since that's away from the arena's human-sized gate, you decide to follow. You get the sense he's a patron. Or at least not with the managers, as neither guard nor patron seems to pay him much attention. A little bird told me, he shouts over the crowd of music, you might know a thing or two about cryogenics. He talks over his shoulder as he walks, as if tossing words your way. I know a guy who's looking for some heavy-duty cooling units. Maybe he may be willing to trade for some information on where to score a few. Yeah, so, I don't know much about cryo things, but I do know where you can find some good ones. I came from them. They get you very cold and stuff. You arrive at the massive garage door, and the cool air seems tinged with ozone. His name's Destote. Come on, dude, I'll introduce you. Out in the robot scrapyards, mechanics are tending to their creation. Your companion stops alongside a tall robot reminiscent of a farm combine. You shudder to think what it does to a human with those blades, but then again, something inside moves, crawling out. The feeder house behind the blades is a mechanic who looks around and satisfies waves another out. The second one looks more like one of the patrons than a mechanic, starved and scared. The pair skulk along the fence line and disappear out of sight. Fur coat guy turns back to you and, with a proud, not yet devious grin on his face, the Stoat is pleased to make your acquaintance. Now about that medical plan, he suggestively taps his wrist. I now just offer him the info because it's not like I'm protecting my cryo facility. I'm not able to, well, it's not really my, how's it called, base. And I don't really care about the cryogenics, so I just give it to him since I'm a traveler. And I probably don't want to get murdered by one of the robots, so yeah. Continue. Unsure whether you want to give up the strap, you self-consciously fidget with it a moment, then read it over once more. Instead, you decide to share the facility address, but keep your name to yourself. Smart, he says, tapping the side of his head with his index finger. You're a smart dude. Tell you what, he pulls a box out from under a flight case near the combine bot. Here, he opens the box. Unclaimed, lost, and found, let's say. As for me, I may have to check into your fancy clinic soon. I think I'm coming down with a little something. He fakes coughs and clears his throat, grinning. So that's nice. I got that. He looks over your shoulder. Oh yeah, also you probably want these back. You turn and see a familiar face from the front gate. She drops your checked items in a lockbox. You cast a glance back at the Stoat, and he shrugs. What? I can't do this alone. Your safest bet is to go along the fence where they went. He thumbs over his shoulder, indicating their route. The mechanic and patron followed. Unless you're still hungry, he laughs, mocking a vomiting motion. See you around, dude, he calls over his shoulder, walking back to the warehouse. Not very likely, dude, I say as I walk back outside. So, this is just stuff there is. I got the box in my hand. I got the Pearson knife. I got the bullets. I got the battery. I got the passport glove. Well, I'll just skip ahead to when everything is filled. I took my stuff. I put that on. I took the new stuff. Filled that up with all the smaller items. My new knife as well. That is fully fixed. I put on my backpack. I measured my plastic bags that I keep. I put all my bottles in there, and also that thing, my rags in there. I then also checked on that, and that's basically it. Yeah, that's everything. I put the box in my hands for use. I took the rifle with me, and yeah. I'm gonna end the episode now. I hope you enjoyed the retelling plus my small rant about YouTube going down because of censorship. And I'll see you around next episode. Anyway, hopefully with sound again. I was Good Games from the Rub Game Squad. I apologize and I'm sorry. Today's video will also go up, and so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you around later. Boy.